episode of Flower Circus Talks. Today, a very special guest. Maybe you already know him from Instagram. He has some great footage over there. It's a man who's already for over 25 years in the floral industry. And let's quickly invite him into the live stream so he can tell more about what he does. Peter, welcome.
Hey, John, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Doing good, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Peter. As you said, I'm working in the flower business now for more than 20 years. I started as a flower painter, and after that, I started to move myself up and started as a buyer. And then from a buyer, I started in sales.
Yeah.
And I've been doing sales since 2001.
Okay.
So that's over 20 years already now.
Yeah.
Mostly in the US.
Yeah.
And since maybe 4 to 5 years, I'm focusing more now on the Middle East and Far East. So yeah, it's been a while already.
Yeah, but so you have been in several things in the floral industry. You said you were painting flowers even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that has been popular the last couple of years again, or more popular as it seems.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see indeed. More and more people are starting to buy colorful. For example, VIP Roses is doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
With all these painted tulips.
Yeah, and not only tulips, they paint everything. So that's really great. We already got Alison in. Alison, it's a great honor, Alison, that you're here from the beginning. A lot of times she joins in a little bit later, but
okay.
Sometimes
I know her as well.
She has her own tulip. Yeah, Peter, I mean, you are now doing sales, but what I noticed, you are doing it in a different way. You're visiting a lot of growers and you're sharing the footage as well, mostly on Instagram. And that's some really great footage. And I mean, is it something you just thought yourself and started doing, or?
Well, it started probably as how everybody else starts his Instagram profile to see, his daily routines that he's doing or things that he like. And well, from the beginning, I've always had a passion for flowers. Yeah. So I started to post things, and since maybe the last 4 or 5 years, it became more of a hobby. It became like a passion.
Yeah.
And since Corona last year, I thought, well, you know what? Let's visit more growers so we can see what's going on, but also for the people that which normally come to Holland and visit growers.
Yeah.
So that's how these short movies kicked in, and well, people seem to like them. So that's why we visit growers mostly on a Wednesday or on a Thursday. We make a short movie just to see what the grower normally does himself. To do it in the same way.
Yeah, just to tell the story, and it's great. I see you're working there as well because you're harvesting the flowers and.
Yeah. Well, that's the most fun part. People like to see.
Yeah.
It's very easy to make a picture of a bucket with some flowers, but it's it's more fun to be surrounded with it and to show what it takes to, for example, with this, to grow lilac.
Yeah, and lilacs. I mean, that's a really special story, how they're grown and the specific area where they're grown.
Yeah, only in Aalsmeer.
Yeah,
and each plant can weigh over 50 to 80 kilos.
Yeah, and they have to dig them up and by boat take them to the greenhouse. That's unbelievable.
It's most plants they have more than 10 times in their hands, so
yeah, it's
ridiculous.
And especially the first greenhouse. I'm not a fan of heat. And the first greenhouse they get into, and I still remember at the 40 degrees or the 35 degrees. It was not my favorite greenhouse.
No, it's true. And they have 4 different, greenhouses or stages, and within 4 weeks, they can already cut the first stems of lilac. So it's very impressive.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
we got Dimitris in from Greece. Hi, Dimitris. Got Wendy Ria saying. Hello, everyone. We've got Cookie in from Kenya. Greetings all. Anita Pato. Good afternoon from, I can't see what it is.
Kenya.
From Kenya. There it is. So the lilacs, I also see you a lot with hydrangeas.
Well, hydrangea season is coming right now, so one of the beautiful season.
It's beautiful, and again harvesting here.
Yeah, this one got over 1.2 million views, so it was amazing.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can see you're doing it different than other people, just showing the flowers and I mean working with them and seeing how they grow and actually also how they harvest it. It makes a huge difference.
Well, I try to bring it in a funny way, but then still a passionate way to show people what growers have to do every day.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. And then yeah, 1 second. Technique and me, it's Flower Circus. So I'm a magician. I can invite you and then you hold back.
I know. We even got Australia online.
Yeah, we've got Kim in from Australia. We've got Sandra in from Porto, Portugal.
Wow.
And Cookie is saying Fratello.
Yes, I know him. He always replies on Instagram.
Yeah. He's very busy on Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen so many beautiful pictures of I've got the lilacs here again, but let me see. Here were some hydrangeas as well. So you're visiting different growers as well.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And most of them, we pick them, but sometimes we also get a call if we want to visit them. For example, our friend Wim Boss.
Okay. And then you go with a colleague? Or
I go with a colleague. His name is Gino. He's a junior in sales.
Yeah.
He's got the same passion. He's, I believe, 24 or 25.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a great guy. I love working with him.
Yeah.
And he makes all the videos. So
I mean, that's great. I mean, to see also the young people getting into the floral industry, because it's not an easy industry.
No, not at all, not at all. Because most of them don't want to wake up early anymore.
Yeah, that's actually funny that you say, because the music under the videos is I love my job and waking up at 5.
Well, I had to find some certain kind of music that I could use every time I visit the grower. So I thought I found this one, and I thought, well, this is the perfect one.
Yeah, it really is. Wim Bos is in. From Costa de Bergse Hoek.
I think he's the one who got me set up with this.
Yeah, that's true. You visit him as well, so can even show.
Months ago.
Yeah, the Cymbidium grower.
Yeah, I did this with the drone video.
This is so and that's quite tricky to fly with a drone this close to the flowers.
Yeah, well, these new drones, they can almost fly themselves, so it's very easy.
Yeah.
But that's also something different we try to do, to bring the people more into the greenhouses, to show them, to give them the feeling that they are walking into the greenhouses.
Yeah, and like you said, now with the pandemic and people not able to travel, and we've got such a beautiful product, don't forget that we need to share it more. And that's something I think we forgot sometimes, to share all the beauty.
Well, to share how lucky we are that we are surrounded, with this.
Yeah. And
it's the same thing. Sunday I'm going to visit Kuijt.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's almost a privilege to go there now.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's only 5,000 people allowed.
5,000 people per day, yeah. So I'm going to make a lot of pictures and post them on Instagram Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it's really beautiful. I mean, the whole area, and I was just talking to some of my designers who worked together with the flower parade and made really big hearts of daffodils.
Yeah.
And I hope I can show the people something as well at the beginning of next week. So, please stay tuned there. But the Keukenhof, this is something really special, and I mean, people flying from all over the world to see it. It's it never gets bored. I mean,
that's true. Yeah. And it's going to be my first time, so in 44 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought this is the chance I got to take. 5,000 people per day. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's then you got the park almost for yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It's beautiful, but also around the park. I mean, you've been Flower Circus. We've been walking around there in the fields.
Yeah.
But you've been going around the fields as well.
Yeah. Always on my way home, I try to pass the fields, because it's close by. It's almost the backyard.
Yeah.
So I try to visit it daily, make some shots. It's not even in full bloom yet.
No, it's unbelievable. And then
yeah,
the story behind the hyacinths, that's unbelievable. Like the grower was telling us, it takes 4 years to get a full-grown bulb to get cut flowers. The amount of patience they have, it's unbelievable. And
I know.
how much can go wrong as well in the meanwhile. It's
very
unbelievable.
true.
Yeah. Anna is in as well from the Azores. Beautiful islands. I think you need to go there as well. It's beautiful flowers there.
I may need to visit.
Yeah, you have to take the drone as well. But I really love that you're getting the special flowers as well, the attention for maybe the smaller groups like the lilacs, but also the latris.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, who doesn't want to walk with a cart like this?
I know. It's insane, right?
Yeah,
I was jealous that he was doing it.
Yeah, that's the reason for going back.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're going back because in a couple, maybe 2 months, his greenhouse will be completely blooming.
Yeah,
and then you will see one big ocean of blooms. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, and also showing it to the people what's done, and I mean, it's so much labor still involved there.
Yeah. Well, that's also a thing. I mean, people these days rather first ask about the price.
Yeah.
Because they try to get it as cheap as possible, but sometimes they forget, what needs to be done before they can get like a stem of sweet peas or lilac. Yeah. All the labor that has to be done.
That's something. And if you tell that to your customers as well, it helps you sell as well. I mean, this is something, if you tell it took 4 years before it's even in full bloom and before you get it, then price isn't as important anymore.
No, that's something that you try to convince them.
Yeah.
But at the end, they still have their competition, or they still have to make money also.
Yeah, that's totally true. Wayne Boos is asking, do you sell more flowers because you're popular? You are popular on social media?
Well, we do get more requests about customers that are interested.
Yeah.
There is some kind of a growing point, but it's not going highly because I'm not really promoting our company.
No, that's true. It's more that showing all the beauty around, and then
and of course from that point when you show, you get requests, of course.
Yeah.
And it's working, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you do such beautiful things, then it's working, and people. I think I don't know. You know better, of course, because you get the reactions. But do people sometimes know what you're showing? I mean, you've been doing the hellebores as well, and I don't think a lot of people know it as a cut flower.
Well, lately I've been getting a lot of comments from Mexico, and sometimes they do not really know all the varieties.
Yeah.
Sorry if people are online from Mexico, but yeah, sometimes you do get some requests. If they have no clue, or they ask me, what is it for type of flower? I've had that several times.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
and it's okay, because, you get also views from people that have nothing to do with flowers.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 1.2 million views, then they just love the flowers, but maybe they've got no idea what type of flower it is.
No, that's true. Or you get requests if they can send to the public all over the world.
Yeah.
Straight to the houses.
Anne is asking, have the preferences in varieties changed in the pandemic times? Are the new varieties coming into the spotlights? With the way of buying flowers changed?
No, I haven't seen that many new varieties yet. I mean, sometimes you see something popping up, but for so far, I can't think of anything that I think, well, that's something new.
Yeah. But has the color scheme changed? That people are asking for more white or more brighter colors, or is it something?
No, that's the same thing that they do in January when they have that Pantone color.
Yeah.
I believe this season is blue.
No, it's yellow and gray. So
Yellow
no,
and gray, but still the biggest request for a wedding is still ground colors,
yeah.
gray, beige, and it's been for years already.
Yeah, yeah, and you are visiting growers a lot, so probably if you see something new, you see maybe the first 5 or 10 stems, or maybe the first stem, and then
True.
in 5 years, when it's really on the market for you, it's not an old variety, but it's still something you have seen already before.
No, that's true. And for example, 2 weeks ago, I visited VIP Roses,
Yeah,
and he had some new varieties in his greenhouse, but he's not even sure if it's coming or not.
yeah, and
And
then it's
after that, we visited Schreuder,
yeah,
and they have varieties which still don't have a name. So it doesn't make any sense to make a picture of something which doesn't have a name yet, because if you post it, people will start asking, "Can we get those?" Well, sorry,
yeah.
they don't even have a name yet.
Yeah, and then you say, yeah, it's not available, and then they ask you why why it's on
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
picture, so it should be there.
So sometimes you have to protect yourself also,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
and not
thing
get too
on.
many questions.
Yeah, what you see on exhibitions happening sometimes, that people are
Yeah.
so happy to show something new, but then they get requests from, "Can I buy it now?" And then it's like, maybe in 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's for people, that's a disappointment, and that's not good.
No, exactly, because that's the reason why they come to an exhibition, to see
Yeah,
different things, and when they see different things, they would like to buy it,
yeah,
and they're even willing to pay, some kind of extra money for it.
yeah. I mean, it helps as well if you're having a flower shop, but also a wholesale. If you have something special every week that
Hmm.
people talk about, I mean, they will take the same roses every week, the same red roses or white roses or
Yeah,
chrysanthemums. But if you have
they want to have
something,
something different also.
yeah, and then that's what you are really good in, finding new and beautiful things as well.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
Well,
not,
that's why I like to go to the auction 2-3 times per week,
yeah,
because it can't be depending on the buyers. I want to see it myself. If a customer asks me if this or this product is in the auction available, I want to know myself.
yeah,
And that's why they gave me the name Flowerstud, because if I had one customer in Detroit, his name
yeah,
is Andy. Um, no matter what he asked me, if it's available, I went out, looked for it, and all of a sudden he said, you should carry the name Flowerstud, because it doesn't matter anything that I ask, you'll always find an answer for me.
yeah.
So it wasn't a name that I came up with myself.
Okay, but it's a cool name. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, it gave me some kind of an honor.
yeah. I mean, it's actually next week we got Mr. Plant Geek in, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, we'll ask him as well. How did he get his name?
Yeah. Well, I'm curious also.
Yeah, no, that's quite nice, but it almost sounds to me like an old-fashioned salesperson
Yeah.
working in the flowers, checking everything, and not trusting the pictures that are there, or you need to see and feel and smell the flowers yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I love being at the auction 3 times per week, to see, what's available. And the
Yeah,
same thing, sometimes just checking with the growers, if they have something new, and of course visiting.
yeah. I mean, that's the main part. Like I said, the same red roses every week. You can only talk about price, but if you tell something new or you show something new, I
True.
mean, that's great. Kuki is saying, love the ilex flower, Flowerstud, very apt. Actually, I've got some videos there as well of how that happened. I mean, that's something really special. I will hide myself so you can see it better.
With the boat.
Um Here they're loading it on the boat,
Yeah.
and so this
Yeah,
is
this was all shot with a drone
yeah.
and a 360 camera.
So this is close to Aalsmeer, probably.
Yeah, this is close to Aalsmeer.
Okay.
They
So
load it up to a boat, and then they have to be on that boat for 5 to 10 minutes back to the greenhouses.
yeah,
And they have like maybe 4 or 5 of these kinds of fields, and they put them under seals,
yeah.
and they make the leaves drop.
Wait, I will show it. That's
Yeah,
this part.
yeah. They
So
make them wet, so
So that's actually because they harvest them with the leaves on it.
Yeah.
Because you of course you can see the berries a bit, but the leaves have to get off. And now I think we're going to show how they do that as well.
Yeah. Well, that's Gino.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, they put them under blankets and plastic, foliage.
Yeah.
And they stay there for a couple of weeks, and then the leaves, they will turn black, and after shaking, it all falls off, and you keep the berry.
Okay, so that's I don't know who thought of that, but it was a very smart person. I mean,
well, it's not an easy job as well.
It's unbelievable, and you see, and again with the transport as well to get all the berries or as much berries on the stems to the final customer. That's something difficult as well.
True.
But a really popular product.
Yeah, especially for Chinese New Year.
Yeah. First, I always thought it was for Christmas, but then you see that Chinese New Year is maybe even more.
Yeah, it's been taken over for several years already now. But the fun part is you got Alex from September? No, the end of October until December.
Yeah.
And Chinese New Year is the second week of February. So.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Well, they get storage.
Yeah. But I mean, if you store them well, then you can do a lot of good things with or you can preserve them quite long.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true.
It's as long as the temperature is good. I think temperature is 90% of the quality. But actually, that's something the 7th of May. Jeroen van der Hulst will tell from Flower Watch. And, Wim Bos is saying, you see export companies that do everything they can to be popular on social media. Great to see that you really belong to the top. I mean, yeah, this is something great. I mean,
well, it's an easy way of promoting your company or your product via social media.
Yeah.
And people always said that I'm crazy or spending a lot of time in it, but in the last couple of years, I've gained so many customers via Instagram, and it's costing nothing.
Yeah, it's time, but that's it.
Yeah,
and I think if you look at florists or wholesalers as well now during this pandemic, the only way to reach customers is online.
It's online, yeah, via social media.
Yeah,
and it's not via. Well, I haven't been using Facebook lately, but via Instagram, yeah, your expanding is enormous.
Yeah, it depends a little bit on which region of the world you are, probably which one works better.
Yeah.
And TikTok, is that something you are thinking of now?
No, I'm not into TikTok. I'll keep it with Insta.
Yeah, and I mean you're doing a great job, so keep it on Insta, and I'm always following it with a big smile. It's not only the posting thing, but you can really see that you love the flowers. You got the knowledge as well, and that's really important. I mean, posting a beautiful picture of a flower, that's easy. I mean, if you type in beautiful flower on Google.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So that's true. That really helps, and showing the product in the best possible way. I mean, Kirsten van Dijk is also saying awareness is everything.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Yeah, so it's
that's why really, I like to be on top of everything always.
Yeah. Anna is asking, tell us more about difference in working with clients from different countries. Are there any special demand or interesting orders they request? I mean, you said you were working with the US, but also with the Middle East. It's not only the time difference, there are a lot of other differences as well there.
True. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I'm not dealing with the United States that big anymore. I have one customer left, which is a dear friend also.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have different requests of flowers. From what I see for customers in Japan and the United States, it's a complete difference.
Yeah. So the company is actually exporting all over the world.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's
from Japan to Los Angeles. So we got the complete.
Yeah, you got a 24-hour business.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, great. So did you see during the pandemic that it's changing a bit, that more people are buying flowers? and also more for themselves, maybe, or is that a little bit too far from you as an export person?
For us, we didn't see that many difference. We just see a big gap that customers were not ordering due to the pandemic. I mean, we still have customers, for example, which countries haven't been opened yet, which are still closed.
Yeah.
If you're talking about Panama, they cannot import any flowers. Manila, the Philippines, it's still very small.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still a crazy world.
Yeah, it is, and sometimes you just don't know. I mean, you hear something, but especially from countries further away, and maybe the little bit smaller countries. Yeah, I mean, if it's something in the United States, it's directly on the news in Holland. But
yeah, that's true.
But other countries you don't hear about, and if they're still closed, yeah, what to do? And I mean, weddings, we lost all of those. Now, hopefully, some are starting again this year.
Well, there are also countries that haven't been that have been doing better than ever.
Yeah.
If you're talking about Swiss, I mean, it's enormous.
Yeah, maybe it's the air over there. It's better. I don't know.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, but
it's also a benefit. You know, when you're exporting to different countries, you also hear what is going on over there.
Yeah.
Instead of just hearing from the United States, because you can hear it on the news also.
Yeah. I mean, and that helps probably as well. I mean, at the beginning of the pandemic, it really went from east to west, and you had China closing down, or there was something happening in China.
Yeah.
And that's what we noticed during the Flower Circus Talks as well. People in the US had no idea what was happening and what was going to happen as well.
Yeah.
Do they close down, or what are they going to do?
No, very true.
Yeah. Alison Bradley is saying some of the closed countries are the best kept secrets, where even the residents don't know. She's talking about Scotland, I think.
I think so, or Ireland.
Yeah, as long as she has champagne, she's okay, I think. And otherwise,
I think so too.
We will send some bottles to her. It's unbelievable. For the people who are watching and don't follow Peter, please follow Flowerstud. I mean, it's really worthwhile if you love flowers. If you want to see, what's happening in the floral industry in Holland, it's a must follow. I'm just saying South Africa. Okay.
Oops, you made a mistake.
Yeah, it's almost the same.
Almost.
Yeah.
Just a couple of miles.
Yeah, there's also a sea.
Yes.
So it's really great talking to you, Peter. I mean, we've seen already so many nice things. There's much more, but like I said, it's better to look at your page and follow Peter to see more things coming up. Which growers are you going to visit the coming period? So people already know.
Well, we're planning to visit Delphinium grower, Wichert.
Yeah, wow.
And of course, many, many more.
Yeah, I mean, it's really great how you put it in the spotlights.
Yeah.
So great.
And if they have any growers, that they would like us to visit, they can send me a message on Insta.
Yeah. Okay, that's
no problem.
That's a good thing. I get a lot of reactions in. Everybody gather around. Flower Circus is in town. Willie Ormelini from Flowers and Scents. Elson is saying, I wish it was the same. By the way, Peter, you're doing a great job. Wim is saying, good luck at the Keukenhof.
Thank you. Thank you, Wim.
Wendy Ria is saying, I have a house in South Africa and speak twice a week. They know, but very little problems over there with COVID. Flowers will grow where nature is safe.
Sure.
Also true. So, Peter, thank you again for joining Flower Circus Talks, and we will follow you. And if you have some great news or great footage, send it over, and we will show it as well to the people.
Sounds good. Make sure to follow me and stay safe.
Okay, thank you everybody for watching, and stay safe.